Welcome back to Talk Tottenham. Amazing news. Ange has confirmed that Son and Bissouma are back and they are ready to start. Ange has said that Son, although he's had a very tiring tournament for South Korea, playing extra time twice, he is fit, he is trained, and he's available from the start against Brighton. With Yves Bissouma, he's also back, he's also trained. There were a lot of rumours that Bissouma had contracted malaria in Africa, and that was the reason why his minutes were so limited during AFCON. Ange has addressed this point. He said that's not entirely true. Yves did contract malaria, but it was a mild version of it, and he was actually cleared up before AFCON even began. Ange has said that Bissouma is 100% right now. On other injury news, we have Giovanni Lo Celso, who's back in full training and has been all week. But Ange wants to be cautious with him, and the Spurs fans will understand why with his constant injury problems. Ange has said he wants to be careful with him, and he'll still assess whether he'll be involved this weekend. But he is fit and available. The only players we're now missing are Manor, who's had further surgery on his injury, unfortunately. Ryan Sessegnon, undergoing rehab. And young centre-back Alfie Dorrington's also injured. But the vast majority now of our first team are fit and available, and Ange is in a situation now where he can even be leaving first team members out of the squad completely, where before, not so long ago, he had to fill the bench with kids. So what will be Ange's starting 11? Well, there'll be no doubts in goal. Vicario has been superb, but he will need protection from corners after conceding goals from them against Man City and Everton. Let's see if Ange changes something with our setup there to protect him more. In defence, there have been calls from Spurs fans to give Dragusin a game. People think that the increased physicality and height of Dragusin can help deal with the aerial issue we're conceding goals from corners. I can't see Romero or Van de Ven dropping out. Van de Ven has been incredible. He's now clocked the highest ever speed in the Premier League. Romero's our vice-captain, and yes, he was beaten for the header that led to the Everton equaliser at the end, but he also has been superb for us, and I can't see Ange changing that unless enforced. Fullbacks pick themselves. Pedro Porro and Udogie are so important, not only about how we defend, but how we play in possession. Midfield is interesting now. We have available the midfield that did so well for us for the beginning part of the season, which would be Maddison, Sarr and Bissouma. Now, Bentancur was not fit at that time, and Ange has said he was really looking forward to seeing Bentancur and Bissouma link up together previously. So will there be a situation where Sarr might be on the bench? I'm going for our midfield that we started the season with Bissouma, Sarr and Maddison. And the reason for that, Bentancur hasn't been at his best the last couple of games. And to be honest, it's understandable. He rushed himself back from injury to be available and help us out. And I think on the bench, give him a bit of a breather, and he can still come on and really influence the game. Also midfield, we still have Lo Celso that may or may not be back, but maximum I can see for him is being on the bench. And there's a situation now where Hojbjerg and Skipp not only won't be starting, but potentially one or even two of them might not even make the bench now with our increased options. The front line, the certainty is our number 9. Richarlison, absolutely on fire. He scored 9 goals in his last 8 Premier League games. He'll be leading the line. It's just, can we get him the service? Out wide is actually a difficult choice here. We have Sonny, who's back, lots of people are speculating that he'll start on the bench because of his increased minutes, and that might be the case. But if he's fit enough to start and there's no risks to injury, will Ange really put his captain and star man on the bench? I really feel if it's not a risk to Son starts. Then the question is, on the right-hand side, we still have Kulusevski, we have Johnson, and we have Werner to pick from. Werner, out of the three, is probably the most on-form player, but Kulusevski, he's Ange's first choice, really. We'd think Kulusevski, Richarlison, Son, all things being equal, everyone's on good form and fitness, that would be Ange's preferred front three. But Kulu's been off form lately. I do feel he'll give Kulu a chance, especially if Son's starting to resume their link-up as their front three. So what do you guys think? Who do you think Ange will play? And who would you start? Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, come on you Spurs.